Hello, everybody, and welcome back to episode 12 of the Everything Motor Racing Podcast. We are back again after a pretty chaotic Catalan GP with lots of carnage. I'm currently in the middle of a bit of a social media storm, getting hate from French people left, right, and centre, and then other people being all right. So, obviously, we will get into the whole dramatics of what went on today and why a rider is going a bit mad on social media. You already know at the end of the day, but we'll build.
Yeah, it's not like we have to hide it, is it?
No, we'll build up the suspense, And I'm joined today by Jacob Ward from Now Moto.
What's happening, guys? Feel free to message me as well. I'm getting the exact same. So
we're getting so much abuse. We're getting some alright people, but honestly, right? I've just had somebody say that I'm the Tito Rabat of media.
That's insulting to Tito, guys.
Yeah, that's actually made my day. Obviously he's blocked for being a complete knobhead, but I just thought that was so funny because I don't think he gets what I do. I do the media shit. Why am I swearing all of a sudden? I never swear on this podcast, but I do all the media stuff. But I also don't care. I just do my own stuff.
At the end of the day, nobody actually directs either of us. We can put what we want within reason, and that's why a lot of people like us, I feel.
Yeah, people, because I've been quite brutal on the Instagram stories recently. People are loving it. So
yeah, I've started speaking my mind a little bit more now, and
but
some people hate it.
Yeah, they do. Some people are like, no, you need to be professional, traditional media and all that. But I don't. That's not what I'm about. I'm not going to sit here and be boring because that's what everybody else is doing.
That's what I was about to say. You can type in MotoGP on a search engine, and you'll find 10 websites that do that.
If you want to see that type of content, go and like Crash.net or Rossi.net or
Crash.Rossi.
Yeah, or motorsport.com. Because Lewis Duncan over there is really good, but obviously they're all managed. They've got top sponsors and obviously paying their bills, so they've got to be on it, whereas I'm just a geezer sat in my bedroom of my flat talking and writing about MotoGP, and then obviously going to some races this year and doing my shizzle, talking to some riders, gaining insider info my way,
Yes.
And I do my own stuff. I'll post memes, I'll do that. So if you don't like it, you know where the door is. And
if this is how this is started, what's going to happen when we actually talk about Moto 3 now?
Oh no, this is madness. But I think 3 people have unfollowed me today, and mate, it's actually rumour day. They're like, I will unfollow you. I'm like, bro, no.
I sat in the corner crying about it, like.
Yeah, I'm crying myself to sleep tonight. But we are a 2-man band today. Gary, I can't believe he's done this, right? I know he's listening. Gary, I know you're listening. What on earth are you doing? He's gone on holiday. He's not even thought about MotoGP.
It's the commitment,
Yeah, you've gone on holiday instead of reporting about MotoGP and talking on our podcast.
Yeah, gone on holiday with his family. What?
Guys,
come on, mate.
Disgraceful behaviour. Absolutely.
I hope you had a good time, Gary.
Yeah. Not jealous at all,
Yeah, legit.
Yeah.
You're crying.
Yeah, hey ho, we've had some good racing, so can't complain too much. And we've got World Superbikes next weekend with Moto America, I believe, as well.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard work.
Yep, and then GP the week after, GP the week after that, and then World Superbikes the week after that, and then the summer break. Whoop whoop.
Yeah, that summer break is gonna be welcome for some people, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Not even just people in the paddock. I mean, reporters, because it's all been so condensed.
It has been mental condensed. It's every week there's something else going on. It's crazy.
Yeah, but obviously now we're in the silly season as well. It's just.
Yeah, we will talk some about the silly season this weekend. We haven't really got a podcast written out today because whatever. We seem to do quite well when we don't have anything written out. So
I've got little notes, but mostly it's ad-libbed,
Yeah, just roll as we can, cruise and bruise, whatever.
Because basically, I wanted to start with silly season.
Yeah.
And the first thing I wanted to ask you, straight up, where's Morbidelli going?
Oh God, Franco Morbidelli.
If you had to pick a place right now, where's he off?
I say Suzuki, to be honest.
See, I think Aprilia.
Oh God, don't say that.
But no, hear me out.
Oh God.
We now know that Morbidelli has a clause in his contract that states he has to be allowed to talk to a factory team.
Yeah.
Suzuki and Aprilia, obviously, both factory teams.
Yeah.
If they approach him, Petronas have no choice. They have to let him talk to him.
They do, but like, who the hell? Aprilia trying to what? Look at Joe Roberts, do it Savizio.
Yeah, exactly. And with respect to Joe, out of those two, you're going to pick Franco, innit?
Yeah, but then out of Dovi and Franco, who are you going to pick?
Still Morbidelli.
Oh, really? So I say
every
Dovi.
time. Dovi for me is, I know it's not quite the same because Mark crashed, but look what a year off the bike has done to Mark.
Yeah, true.
There's no replacement for racing. There's just not.
Yeah, you are right on that occasion, but I think obviously because Mark is
it was different because he's hurt, obviously.
Of course, yeah, he's like lack of muscle and all that. Whereas Dovizioso is still going out and testing it like every 3
Dovi
weeks.
doesn't have time to get into it, almost. Dovi doesn't have time to get himself race ready.
But he's doing a lot of motocross, which is obviously keeping him massively fit. I think he's doing a race like every weekend.
Yeah, he's racing an Italian championship.
Yeah,
either today or next weekend.
Yeah, he was out obviously training this week, so I think he's more than fit enough that regard. So I don't.
Yeah,
I'm opposing you and saying I don't really see the issue.
I think more. It's not about bike fitness; it's about race sharpness.
Okay, that makes sense. But again, he's doing the racing, so.
Yeah, but motocross is not the same, is it? It's just not. You need a totally different brain for it.
Yeah, I guess so. But I would still go thingamajiggy and then Franco bump him up.
Yeah,
sack Vinales and then get Franco in.
That's my thing, though. If I were them now, obviously we're hearing rumours, if I were Yamaha, I would go ahead and break the bank for Raul Fernandez.
So yeah, Fernandez, again, he's a smooth rider. He's not this kind of mental rider. He struggles when the tyre slides, I've noticed. When the rear's got lower grip and it's sliding, he doesn't like it. So he would be good with Suzuki and Yamaha, but he's managed by a director of Red Bull. He's not going to go to a monster team, is he?
Well, that's it. They would have to buy, and of course, KTM with their contracts that state if you want out, you pay
a lot of money.
Yeah, we're talking 7 figures minimum.
7 figures, easy.
So for that, it's not like Yamaha don't have the money. It's whether they want to pay it.
Yeah, and I don't know, again, because then they've got to pay his manager again. His manager's not going to be like, go to a rival energy drink.
Yeah, no, I'm completely with you. It would take a lot.
Yeah,
it's not impossible.
It's like going to a Ferrari dealer and asking to buy a BMW, stuff like that. It's just not.
I reckon it's possible, but very difficult.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I mean,
like if Ducati can poach Jorge Martin off of KTM, I see no reason why Yamaha couldn't do the same with Raul Fernandez.
Yeah, they will. I mean, KTM, they're going to be key after the whole Jorge Martin fiasco. Because if you're not aware, basically Jorge Martin actually signed a deal to ride for Tech 3 in 2021. No, 2020. Yeah, 2021. Yeah. Sorry, I'm getting all my years broken. Stupid me. I was thinking 2022.
Signed it in 2020 for 2021.
Yeah, so he signed it in 2019. It was like a 2-year deal. Or like it may have been actually for his Moto 2 deal. 2 years in Moto 2 and then a Tech 3 deal in 2021. So he would have lined up in the gorgeous orange livery this year. But
it's beautiful.
But KTM screwed up a bit. And it's not really their fault, to be fair. It's just COVID kind of was like, haha. And so him as manager...
What was it like?
It was like, haha. I don't know.
Well, that's the first time I've ever heard COVID go, haha.
Haha! I take your life, like Thanos, clicking the fingers.
What the hell, mate?
I'm sorry, that's really disrespectful. Sorry to anybody who has actually lost anyone from COVID. It is genuinely a joke. Obviously, I'm trying to be respectful. But, so... Sorry, I can't get over that. But, yeah, so... Basically, Jorge Martin signed this deal for 2021 with a clause in his contract that if Tech 3 or KTM weren't in the top 10 of the championship by June, he could basically he could basically break the clause in his contract. And obviously, COVID stopped MotoGP action till July, and we had already confirmed because we had already found out that Jorge Martin had signed for Ducati back in like June.
Yes.
We both already knew that and already confirmed it on our social media pages before pretty much anyone. And so, even when it hit,
it went quiet, didn't it, for a good couple of months.
Yeah, and because obviously we had decent information that he'd done it, and it hit October and he still hadn't been confirmed. But what happened was Jorge Martin obviously had this clause in his contract, and MotoGP didn't race till July, and so they went to KTM, him and his manager, and said, right, we want to activate this clause because we've had an offer from Pramac Ducati, and it was a bit scummy because yes, they haven't they're not in the top 10 of the championship, but they haven't had the chance to because of COVID. But it's a legally binding contract and it counts.
They KTM have learned now, and I think what they do now, they go on races, not dates.
Yeah, and so
if it's by race 10 rather than
instead of June. Yeah. And so because normally their contracts are.
I understand why Martin did it, but you can't afford to be sentimental.
No, you can't. At the end of the day,
when
it's business.
Come along, you take it,
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, it's paid off. He's got a podium.
Yeah. Well, I would like to wonder where he would be on a KTM right now. But that's by the by.
I mean, because of obviously Tech 3 still have not got those updates, so I would say.
Yeah, they got that tomorrow.
Yeah.
Tetraps and La Corona are both testing the new chassis tomorrow, as well as some updated aero for Petrucci.
Yeah, exactly. So that'll be interesting, and I'm glad that they are finally getting these updates. So I think later in the season, it could have paid off for Jorge Martin, but obviously now he's moved over. So I think that they could potentially get Fernandez, but he's quite loyal to KTM. He doesn't want to. He's happy to stay another year in Moto2. It's not like Fernandez has to move to MotoGP. He himself is fine staying in Moto2 for another year. So Yamaha could, exactly. So Yamaha could come along and be like, oh yeah, we'll give you an extra $2 million a year, and because obviously Zarco was on a 7-figure contract in KTM, and so Yamaha would have to match something like that. But Fernandez could just turn around and go, no, KTM have given me the shot. They given me the shot in Moto3. They give me the shot now. They got me out of the Aspar team, who actually then went and won the championship. But they got him out of the Aspar team, and they've given him this path into MotoGP with the expertise of their support network all the way up, And I think he would be an idiot to go to Yamaha, if I'm blatantly honest. I think that it would just be the completely wrong move for him. Yes,
because of what he's done and what he's built so far.
Yeah,
to do with him as a rider, as a person. It's just where he's been brought up now.
Yeah.
They know him inside out and vice versa.
Exactly, yeah.
And let's be real, IO know when you're ready to move. If it's not a good deal, IO will stop you going up.
Yeah, exactly. IO
is not. Yeah, exactly. He's not an idiot. You know what I mean? He knows exactly what he needs to do in this paddock. He's got his finger in so many pies. He got every flavour going.
Yeah, exactly.
He's not silly, and if he believes Fernandez isn't quite ready, he will stop the deal.
Yeah, exactly. Because at the end of the day, and as well,
Leitner and Pit Byra trust Aki IO as far as his word is law in Moto2.
Yeah.
Simple as.
Yeah, I mean, it's just... I don't know. It's hard to kind of...
Yeah, I would at least attempt the move if I was Yam.
Yeah.
Make the offer.
Yeah,
what's the worst that happen? You say no.
There's no harm in making the offer at the end of the day. It's business at the end of the day. It's MotoGP at the end of the day. You got to try and get the best riders, and with Yamaha...
that you put up on Insta.
Yeah, I put a poll up on the Instagram stories that was like, should he go to Moto2? Should Raul Fernandez go to Moto2 or stay in MotoGP? And it hit 50-50 by the end of it. And it had
5,000 votes on it.
Yeah, we had 5,000 votes, and the answer was actually split by 27 votes, which is mental.
It goes to show. I think people are thinking he's not quite ready. I think he is ready personally.
Well, I think he's ready, but
he was on Moto3 and he was practicing on R1.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. He's ready.
He's definitely ready. There's no doubt about it.
But then, of course, if he doesn't, and they move Morbidelli up, 2 Petronas seats. Who goes?
Well, obviously Rossi's more than definitely going to retire this year. So
yeah, not confirmed, but
no,
pretty much confirmed.
Yeah, so I would say Right.
And then of course if they lose Morbidelli, if they replace Mav, because then Mav would go back to Suzuki, and then Rins would go home crying on his settee.
Well, I think, right, Franco, Fabio in Monster Team, Rins in Pramac, no, in Petronas.
Rins in Petronas.
Yeah, and then obviously Vinales over at Suzuki, and then the other Petronas rider would have to be a Moto2 rider because the team themselves wants to promote from Moto2 as well.
Yeah,
so
and we know the names in the frame are Canet, Joe Roberts, Jake Dixon.
Yeah, so out of those, I'd say Joe Roberts.
I'd say Canet.
Canet's good, but he needs a year on the K-Lex.
I don't know, what's the point?
Because
the speed up is closest to Yam in terms of chassis behaviour.
it is, yeah, you're all right, but I think he needs a year on the K-Lex to just gain his confidence a bit more because he keeps crashing at the moment.
Yeah, because we know there's no space for him on a Ducati, for example, because we know that VR46 are going to go to a Ducati. Bez is up. Bez is out.
Yeah.
We know DG's already got a deal with Grassini to move up on a Ducati, and then Bastianini will be his teammate.
Yeah.
Marini and Bez take up the other Ducati. So there's 8 Ducatis on the grid. They're already taken. Like, it's all signed. It's just not announced. Let's be real.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's just difficult, and you've got Pedro Acosta who's probably going to move up to Moto2 with...
Yeah, well, Bassett, Acosta, and Masia have apparently already both signed the Moto2 deals.
Yeah.
Now, if they
we
both
don't know,
signed
but...
a Moto2 deal, they both ride for IO, smart money. Like, the basic money. Like, you wouldn't go far wrong if you said, Fernandez is going up with Remy. That leaves 2 Moto2 seats, which both IO boys will fill.
Yeah, 100%.
Both IO boys then will vacate, and then you would imagine the Red Bull Rookies champ will go up into Moto3, unless it's Daniel Gardo, because he'll go up last part anyway.
Yeah, he will, yeah. But then obviously Diogo Moreira will take one of the IOs.
Moreira will be the other, exactly right. I was speaking to Zonta van de Goorberg about it.
Yeah.
And he agrees with me, and he says, Moreira is looking excellent. And
yeah, it's very strong, and he's got the links to KTM and IO already.
He's already tested for him. So, I mean, that Moreira and the Rookies champ, it all comes together when you just sit down and map it out.
Yeah, it's...
Rins, for me, is the problem at the moment.
Yeah.
Because he has a contract for next year.
Yeah, he does. I mean, at the end of the day, he's crashed 4 times already this year. I mean, we can't base a whole rider's career and his future moves on 4 races with a crash and obviously smash into the back of a flipping Dorna van.
While texting, I'm like, Dad, don't text and drive, guys.
Yeah, like, Suzuki are going to be a bit like, come on, man. But, again...
I'm just glad Brivio's not there now, because he would have took him to town.
Yeah, he laid the bricks on him, but it's interesting because with the... I've lost my train of thought.
Put it this way, if Maverick wants to go back to Suzuki...
And Rins wants to leave Suzuki...
Then why not the switch? Yeah. I agree with you. Petronas have the monster links.
Yeah.
But it's all whether Mr. Rosali wants to take him.
Yeah, because I think if Franco Morbidelli did not get the seat in the factory team, Morbidelli would leave Yamaha. The same way Oliveira would have left KTM if they didn't promote him.
Apparently, Morbidelli has said to Italian media that he will, if he rides a Yamaha next year, it will be for Petronas.
Oh. Oh dear.
So apparently he was not impressed when he said it.
No, I can imagine, after everything he's done already for them.
It'll be current machinery.
Good.
As opposed to a 19, but...
Good.
That's, I love Petronas. I think they are a better squad than the factory squad, but they're not the factory squad.
No, they're not. And...
the Petronas will never be the factory squad, you know what I mean? Honestly, as a rider, I prefer to go to Petronas.
Yeah, I would.
But at the same time, the pull of a factory team, there's nothing else like it.
No, at the end of the day, it's what Jack Miller worked for years to get. It's what Zarco desperately wanted. It's what Crutchlow desperately wanted. It's what every rider aspires to be.
Pramac have current machinery. Pramac are an amazing squad. They are excellent. Guidotti runs a hell of a squad.
Yeah.
But it's not factory Ducati.
It's not that red.
It's not the red, yeah.
You could give them the exact same... You could give them the identical parts, but if you ain't got that colour scheme on your bike, it's more of principle more than anything as well.
Yeah, it's the confidence, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's knowing that the entire factory wants you on their bike.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. So, it's a tricky one, but the silly season will be the silly season, you know. I think they need to draft in Garrett Gerloff, to be honest.
Ooh, with the way Gerloff is a bit wild at the moment.
If he can sort it out and stop knocking into everyone, I think he would be really solid. He's already proved it. So
I don't know why at the minute he's just yeeting his bike at everybody. I don't get it.
I think he's just desperate to prove that he can do this.
Yeah,
you know, he knows where he can be. I
think if he turns it down 2%, he'll get 5% more. It's one of those.
100%. You know, and I think Gerloff would be a shout. Scott Redding would be a shout, but it wouldn't be on a Ducati because there's no space. So it'd have to be Yamaha or Suzuki.
Yeah, that's it.
Because there's no space on a Ducati because you've got 2 VR46 Ducatis, factory, Pramac, which are all signed up, and then 2 Grossini Ducatis, which would be Fabio Di Gio and Enea Bastianini.
Yeah, and obviously a Ramco VR46 are the others, and they're already signed up.
That will be Bezzecchi and that will be Luca Marini.
Yeah.
The weird rumour, though, that we've been told about from the Spanish media, which are really not to be trusted, so please, for the love of God, take this with a pinch of salt, because the amount of crap them lot talk to get the clicks, get the views, you know, is mental. But apparently the Sky VR46 team are looking at paying Pedro Acosta's 500 grand exit clause to sign him for 2022 in
Moto2,
which is
worth mentioning.
Bonkers, because there's so many reasons why that won't work, because it would mean Costa has to change his sunglasses sponsor, energy drink sponsor, helmet sponsor, leather, suit, boots sponsors. It'd have to change all his sponsors, go to the VR46 team, which only hires Italian riders, yet he's Spanish. Yeah,
I think there is one big reason why they should, though.
What?
And that's that little number 1 next to his name in the championship standings.
Yeah, that's the only reason they do it for, though.
100%.
They're running out of Italian talent. They've got
can you imagine, though, like, your Mino, your Antonelli now, and they sign Acosta?
Oh, mate.
Furious.
I would be mad, because then obviously they need a ride to go next to the Vietti. I would say Mino or Antonelli deserve it, because
I'd give Mino the ride.
I'd give Mino the ride because I think he's stronger consistently.
Or the only other thing possibly that they might do, which I think might have been overlooked, but I thought of it about I thought of it about half hour ago.
Mm-hmm.
Move Manzi into the VR46 team
again,
which opens up a space in Pons, which would actually suit Acosta better, and he can be on the VR46 contract in Pons.
Yeah, but the whole thing is that Costa would leave Red Bull and all that to go.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. It's just totally unlike. I'm just playing devil's advocate and seeing how it might work, you know.
Yeah, that's fair, but I would not want to see Manzi back in that team, because I know he didn't do well there previously, and he wouldn't do well again.
Ooh,
mate.
Yeah, I'd agree with you right now. I don't know what the hell's wrong with this. Like, we all know I'm a Manzi fan. No, we all know I'm a Manzi fan, but he ended up 46 seconds off the win today. Like,
shocking.
That's not good enough.
Shocking, mate. I'm sorry, but
But the only thing I was thinking, there's no other VR46 sponsored riders who they could switch out.
They need an Italian rider who's quite quick, who could do well, who's in the CEV Moto2 Championship. Let's have a look, actually. CEV Moto2 Championship. I'm going to Google it.
I wonder if you're referring to a certain Mr. Alessandro Zaccone.
No, I'm not actually, but...
well, that's who I'd be referring to.
That's fair. I'm just not on the same hype train as you with him, to be honest, so...
well,
you've got
me and Mattish think he's good, so...
Mattia Ratto, but I wouldn't put him in there. Flipping heck. He was an ex-VR46, actually, Mattia.
Like, the only other rider in the CV Moto2 is possibly Andy Bedoya.
Again...
And where's he?
Yeah, he's quite far back. And again, he's not Italian. They'll only hire Italians, you know, and you've got the fastest Italian, the CV Moto3
But he is in VR46 colours, and he's French.
Yeah, and Actually, looking down the CV Moto3 Championship this year, not a single Italian rider scored a point yet. So,
yeah,
who the hell are you going to pick? They're screwed. They're just going to have to run a one-man team next year with Vietti and have two in Moto3.
They'll move Manzi over. He's the only option.
Yeah, I guess so.
It's that, or they promote Minion or Antonelli. That's literally, they have 3 roads they can take, and that is it.
I think they will promote either Minion or Antonelli because they're not going to move a rider over when they've got 2 riders they can move up.
Well, that's it. I'm thinking, after this weekend especially, I'm thinking they'll move Antonelli up, which opens the space in Vintia with the VR46 Brandon. Whether that deal stays for 2022, I don't know.
Maybe.
But I'm sure if they said to Avindia, here's a bit of cash, like give Bartolini or Sura the ride.
I think we'll see Sura and Bartolini in this championship next year. Bartolini did really well, 14th today. Fair play to him. Yeah, a load of riders crashed out. Yeah, no, I think so, yeah. No, it's 14th, and then Halgado was 13th, I believe.
No, Yamanaka was 14th, which, by the way, big shout out to Yamanaka. Did Jason proud.
Yeah, he did, yeah. So, yeah, there you go. Halgado was 15th, then Yamanaka, then Bartolini. But yeah, so I think we'll see 2 Moto3 boys. I think VR46 will open up a VR46 Moto3 team again next year.
Yeah, at the very least, it'll be the Bardal sponsor as opposed to full VR46, like it is in CIV now.
Exactly, yeah, because those 2 are really good. I was really impressed with Sura until his chaos at Mugello. But
well, I wouldn't even call it chaos. An engine blow up in first corner is hardly his fault.
Oh, was it? I thought he just No,
the engine broke.
Oh,
and that's what caused
Fernandez.
It was Fernandez. Yeah, he hit the back of it because the bike broke because he couldn't accelerate.
Flipping heck, that's a nightmare. That is a nightmare.
Turn 1, mind as well.
Poor guy. After all,
because I'm sure Sura would have got a point or 2 over Jello.
Yeah, I was really impressed with Sura all weekend long, but hey ho. But yeah,
but to tell you what, I love silly season though. It's just so many permutations.
So great. It's like, what's the weirdest thing you can imagine? Let's do it. Like people are saying, I say people are saying to do this. They're not. Neil Hodgson's just saying people are saying this to do this. But put Tatsuki Suzuki on the Suzuki.
Oh, the Suzuki, yeah. But you know what? The weirdest thing I'm hearing, like aside from the obvious of Mark Marquez or a factory yam, like the weirdest thing that possibly could happen. People are talking about moving Acosta straight to MotoGP.
Oh no, they've been saying that since blooming Qatar though.
Yeah, don't be stupid, like.
Yeah, come on, man. He's too young anyway. He'd be a year too young. So I just can't see it.
It'll be dull.
Yeah, don't be stupid, man. I mean, a lot of people who are following.
Where would he go for a start?
Yeah.
Where would he go for a start?
Who guess as good as my mate?
Exactly. Moto2 is where Pedro Costa's going to end up. He signed the contract. Done deal.
There's a lot of idiots at the moment who are following MotoGP. Oh god, I've just
you've just lost half your fan base with that comment.
I've just refreshed my Instagram things and holy moly macaroni.
Yeah, just ignore them for now if I was you.
Sheesh, I'm getting so many messages. Right, please be nice.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah, mine's going nuts. I'm just ignoring it. It's just not worth it, you know?
Honestly, like, some of the things I'm seeing are hilarious, moving away from silly season a bit. Like, obviously, Fabio Quartararo.
Spanish Mafia, because they didn't do Quartararo because of Spanish Mafia.
Yeah, someone said there's a Spanish Mafia, like, he's French. He is French.
That ain't it, Chief.
But, like, there's one, right, I got sent. Oh, I didn't screenshot it. And basically, somebody said that Stoner was an idiot, because obviously Stoner made a tweet about Fabio Quartararo and what happened, with obviously Stoner basically saying that it's not, he basically should have been penalised. And someone was saying, oh, you should try riding a bike around at that speed with your suit open. Fabio's so tough. And I was like, are you mental?
like imagine if he come off.
I don't want to, honestly. It would have been horrific. If he had come off.
I'm going to go into it properly when we come to MotoGP. I'm going to just say it as it is. And if Race Direction hear it, then they won't have a go at me. Crack on. But they were, for want of a better word, they were shit.
They were shocking.
Dorna, on the whole, like, an amazing organisation. They do so many things right. But from last weekend and this weekend, it's like they're doing their best to undo a lot of the good work that they've put in over the past few years.
Yeah, it's just absolutely appalling, some of the stuff we're seeing.
How they handled Dupasquier passing away was just awful in itself.
Yeah.
Like, they could have handled that so much better, but they didn't. They just announced it and on we go.
Yeah, they're like, oh, right, that's happened, yeah.
Moto 3 shows nobody's really learned a thing from it.
Yeah.
Because of what happened. If one of them had gone into the back of another rider and come off into oncoming traffic, we would have had another Dupasquier situation, which nobody wants.
Yeah.
And that, like, if you've got, it's just hypocritical. If you've got stickers of Dupasquier all over your bike, think about him when you ride.
Yeah, because, I mean, with motorcycle racing, it's part of the game. If a rider comes off, you might not be able to, you might hit them. It's unfortunately you can't really police that.
No, but you can police the risk.
Yeah, and
you can police the fact that someone is doing it. Like, why make the odds worse?
Exactly.
It's a dangerous game, you know.
I mean, you are quite opposite to me on this one, but Gabriel Rodrigo sliced across Pedro Acosta earlier and didn't get penalised for it. Which is mental.
I'll mention it in Moto 3 in more detail, but I believe he had the track position. It was frowned upon, but not illegal. Like, whereas in Moto 3 qualifying, if you did what Jeremy Alcoba did and let off by 1.5 seconds on the racing line, you get penalised.
Yeah, because
it's actually against the rules.
Yeah, but the thing is, why penalise Fabio Quartararo for going slower on the outside of turn 1 and 2?
Oh yeah, it was a joke. Like, they should never ever penalised him.
No, but then not penalise 14 riders from Moto 3 from riding slow on the racing line to try and not lead onto the straight.
Well, I think they should have penalised Alcoba, Pedro Acosta, and Kaito Toba. They were the three who shut off on the racing line.
Yeah,
and that caused the chain reaction of the other riders to slow down. Like Fenati hit someone hard enough to leave massive gouges.
Marks on his neck, his bike, his damage to his bike.
He clearly didn't shut off.
No, and at the end of the day, and you can be like, oh, no, that's not true. No riders shut off. But if you go back through the lap by lap, most riders are lapping in the low 150s or high 49s. Yet on that lap, the top 15 riders basically all put in laps around the 151s, high 151s. Alcoba.
If we're honest, we can only blame, because of the cause of a chain reaction. With one, you see it when you're driving in a car and you're on the motorway, and one person brakes, that slows everybody down for about a mile back.
Exactly, yeah. So
Alcoba, Toba, and Acosta were the three leaders who all shut off on the racing line, causing I'm going to sound like a proper commentator here, the concertina effect.
Oh, big word, big word.
Ooh, if you're playing commentator bingo, here you go.
Sorry, stock value.
But my point is that race direction should have hit them hard.
Yeah.
Now.
And they didn't. They did nothing about it, And the best...
They let Alcoba's podiums. At the very least, it should have been a 3-second penalty.
Yeah, exactly. But the thing is, right, the best part about all this is all these riders were slowing down to not lead on the final straight. On the straight, out of the last corner, onto the straight, on the final lap. What did Sergio Garcia do? Led out the last corner.
Those gases, they got some serious gas in them, haven't they?
Yeah, they got... I don't know what on earth they're doing to those bikes, but they are able to just pull away.
I don't know if you've seen, if you get a chance, try and have a look at a picture of the gas without the fairing on. It's got a massive expansion chamber underneath the exhausts.
Has it?
And I think that's given them just that little bit of top end that you need.
Yeah, because obviously they're working...
KTM don't have it, neither do Husky.
Yeah, because they're like with KTM, but obviously Gas are putting their own little things in there.
Yeah, you can go your own direction.
Yeah, and they are pushing, because obviously Alcoba had the slipstream of Garcia, but Garcia still won by 15 thousandths of a second and held up everybody else.
Izan Guevara, when he was in the race, he was gutted for him, by the way. Absolutely. Gutted.
Yeah, me too. He was gassing it away.
He wasn't even using the slipstream half the time.
No, he was just kind of
And he was still passing people. I couldn't believe my eyes. He was going past Rodrigo on one lap. Like, he wasn't even there. It was bonkers.
It was absolutely mental. Like, I was, stunned.
Gas's stock value's going up. I think more people are going to want him next year.
Absolutely, 100%. And Aspar have done an amazing job of getting those on.
Yeah. Aspar, let's not forget, that the only team running them.
Yeah, exactly.
So they are literally the development.
Yeah. It was, yeah, exactly. I mean, they're a decent bike, so...
Oh, they are. They like, you say, oh, it's just a red KTM. It ain't.
No, there's
so much more than
to it now. But, I want to move on to something that... it's a bit painful, mate. I'm not going to lie. A bit painful.
Go on.
Paul Espargaro. Paul Espargaro's been using a special helmet design.
What is the lid again? I forget.
It's got some little yellow twat on it.
Banana!
No.
I've been informed by my 6-year-old daughter that his name's Bob.
Oh, for God's sake.
So, I've actually had a message off someone today saying, hire from one Minion fan to another. So I said I'd talk about it, and I gotta be honest, I'm not just talking about it for the sake of it. I really like it.
What is wrong with you?
I don't know whether it's because I'm a parent, but
could be. You're quite old.
I just love. Yeah, well, I am 28.
Oh,
but what I love most about it is the fact that he's wearing dungarees on the helmet.
I have to say,
and when he's wearing the dungarees, I got the Red Bull in full denim. It's amazing.
It's not. It's just not, is it?
No, it is though, isn't it? Like you're wrong.
It's smart.
The bulk of the messages I've received where I've been putting on my story have been positive about it. Yeah, and they're all saying, you're wrong, grow up.
Well, a lot of people are saying to me that I am wrong. There's quite a lot of people saying it's awful as well. But I think I'm on the wrong side. Those are the people
who are just sad.
Shut up, man.
Yeah, saddos. Crying at night.
It's not bad. Wait, I was going to say it's not bad. It's not good. It's a shocking helmet.
Oh, no, you said it now. That's recorded.
Nah. I'm editing it out.
It's not a racing helmet.
It's just...
Don't take it seriously. It's a bit of fun.
Shut up, man. But, I think...
It's a bit of fun. And then every time it goes past, and you hear Paul shouting underneath, banana! It's great.
No, it's not. It's just not, is it?
Well, yeah, it is, though. It's just awesome.
But, he's only wearing it because he's getting paid by HSE to do it. It's not like he's wearing it because he likes Minions.
Well, you never know. Maybe he designed it.
I hope not.
Minions have done tons of stuff like that. Minion, HJC, sorry, have done tons of stuff like that. They did Mike and Sully before, didn't they?
Oh, yeah, that was cool.
Off of Monsters, Inc.
That was cool, though.
Navarro wore the Mike Wazowski one, didn't he, in Albert Arena?
Wazowski.
You didn't turn in your paperwork, Wazowski.
Wazowski. But yeah.
But, it's all the same. It's just a bit of fun. It's great.
It is. It's all right, but I still freaking hate it, mate.
Yeah, you just hate what Minions are connected with.
I just hate Minions, mate.
No, you hate the fact that Minions are used as boomer memes.
Well, there is that. Honestly, if you like Minions, you're probably like a 40-year-old Karen on Facebook who's just... you're a kid. It's not.
Yeah, no, I like Minions. They just simple, aren't they? They make you feel good about yourself because you're not that thick. It's great.
They just make me feel depressed, mate.
Banana.
I hate you so much.
I will be putting it on my story tomorrow. Just a final reminder. So don't worry. You'll get to see it again. I'm hoping Paul keeps it all season. That'd be amazing.
Oh my god. No, because his designs are normally quite good, though.
This is good. It's a Minion.
No, it's not.
Well, I like it. You're wrong. But the people agree with me. Deal with it.
I'm not dealing with it, mate. I'll fight this to the grave, mate.
Yeah, I know, but you're wrong, so...
I'm not wrong. I'm never wrong.
So what would you have instead, then?
What, instead of a Minion?
Yeah, it's got to be like a kiddie cartoon character. Who do you pick?
Adventure Time or something like that, you know?
Oh, God's sake.
I don't know.
Do you know, I was thinking about this, because obviously I was going to bring it up, but you did it anyway. Do you know what I reckon would really work as a helmet?
What?
Baymax of Big Hero 6. You know, I am Baymax, your personal medical assistant.
I've only seen it once, so I can't really remember, so...
It's a big white thing.
But, yeah, the big white Michelin
and
Man.
then yeah, that's it. You got it. I reckon he'd really work as a lid.
Yeah, that'd be quite cool, actually. Now, we'll get the frozen people, like, what's that geezer, the snowman?
Do you know what? Let it go. I'm here all week.
Oh, you're a nut. Why are you still on this podcast?
Because it's what the people want.
No, it's not.
You've sat me 3 times ago with this Minions thing, yet here I
am. True.
No, HJC are doing good things. Like, at the end of the day, we're talking about it.
Yeah, we are talking about it. But I got the Tommy guy from HJC, Tommy, who does all the helmet preps and all that. And yeah, he's majorly on side with the whole minion thing. And I'm like, bro, you're only saying it.
Oh, there we go then. There we go. No, if an HJC employee is saying it, then yeah, they've got to be this good.
Oh yeah, it's like when a Ducati rider gets on a Ducati and goes, yeah, it's good because it's a Ducati.
Yeah.
And I'm
speaking
on
of Paul, and speaking about your employer, did you hear what he said after quali?
Yeah, the Honda needed concessions.
Yeah, and he actually used the word slow.
Oh,
slow. Like you could be on a Vespa with 4 horsepower. You never say it's slow.
No.
You say, "Oh, we're nearly there. It just needs a bit more power." Not we are slow.
Well, the thing is, it's got too much power, and they've had to tone it back. That's the issue with Honda.
Yeah, but what I mean is, you never use the word slow.
No,
you use other terminologies.
Yeah, but the thing is, he's probably used to being brutal to KTM, and suddenly now he's with Honda, and he's like,
but that's not how Honda work.
No.
Pride is important with Honda.
Oh yeah, 100%. This is Paul Espargaro.
You are a almost disposable piece. You're just the guy who turns the throttle.
Do you think
the bike is what does it, and that ain't the fact. Like, he crashed out today. Like, I think his confidence is going.
I think it's got dropped massively. I mean, he literally lasted 7 minutes in the race.
Yeah, a cool looking 7 minutes with the lid, but
yeah, no, no. But I mean, my question is he regretting it?
I think no.
Really?
I think he's made the right move at the wrong time. If they give him time, which apparently they got to give him 4-year deal or 2+2.
Yeah.
Then I see no reason why in, say, 2023, by the end of it, he will be up there on the Honda. It's Honda. Yeah. They've been poor, but they don't stay poor.
True.
It's that HRC are they just. I love HRC. Like, there's no other way to put it. They are magical. Like, there's just everything about my HRC is almost an aura of, what's the word I'm looking for? It's like untouchable.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess
like,
they
if
are.
You ride for HRC, then you are supposedly a cut above.
Yeah.
Like, it's not so true now. Like, don't get me wrong, but like, I've grown up seeing HRC in both on-road, off-road, and it's the dream. HRC is just the dream for any rider, and he's there now. I see no reason why he couldn't make it work.
The thing is, like, you are, yeah, I mean, Honda, the name HJC, oh my god, HRC holds a hell of a lot of prestige in the racing world.
That's the word I was looking for, prestige, that's it.
Yeah, they hold a lot of prestige, and, you know, every rider who gets on a Honda, even Lorenzo was like, you know, it's an honour to ride for Honda, and they are the most successful manufacturer, but their bike is a piece of crap.
Yeah, it's poor at the moment, it is. Like, and I feel for, like, LCR, because obviously they're not getting they're getting a real bum deal. I'm to pay for bikes that are pigs.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
It's harsh on them. Whereas factory Honda, it's on them.
Yeah, it's literally on those two boys, and obviously Bradle and any other test riders they've got to.
Because we both know that Alex Marquez, double world champion, amazing rider. Taka Nakagami, quick as hell. But you're not getting the data when they're both on the floor constantly.
Exactly.
But then the only way they are not going to be on the floor is by not pushing the limits. It's a catch-22.
Thing is, like,
you can see it breaking into turn 1 was the like, Honda must have been back home, right? They must have had their hands over their faces seeing how that bike back end was going into turn 1.
Yeah. I mean, Marquez, they're used to it in Marquez, but
yeah, like, but seeing it basically drift. It was almost like a drift car.
Yeah,
at some point. It was swapping back and forth. It was just. It didn't look like a nice bike to ride.
I mean,
all their fault. Yeah, like you're right. Mark likes a bike like that.
Yeah,
but nobody else does.
No, but even like Marquez has said, over time that it's just not a bike he enjoys riding anymore because it's just not that good.
But Mark can deal with it.
Yeah, Mark just rides around the issues, whereas other riders like Paul Espargaro have to ride straight through the issues and try and work them out. Whereas Marquez goes, "Oh, okay, I nearly crashed that lap because this happened. Okay, I won't do it next lap.
I nearly crashed this lap. Let's go faster."
Yeah, gotta go fast. Yeah,
gotta go fast. But yeah, like it's just like I think Honda, as we said in previous podcasts, I do believe Honda just need to throw the bike out and start again.
Yeah, they need
go
to
back
rebuild.
to 2012. When it was a near perfect machine.
Yeah, with Stoner. When Stoner
and
hopped
then
off
developed from there.
Like with the Yamaha, need to go back to 2016 and...
There's nothing wrong with regression if it's for the sake of going forward.
Go 3 steps back and make 12,422 steps forward,
This is the worst Honda I've seen in recent memory.
It's shocking, mate. Absolutely. Like I wouldn't remember it, but it's back to the days when they first had the old NSRs, the NSR 500s.
Do you mean the NR 500 with the exhaust where the tank was and the tank where the exhaust should have been?
Yeah, it's like that kind of...
And oval pistons.
Yeah.
Which, pro tip for you all, oval pistons are now banned in MotoGP because of that bike.
Well, there we go. So
just in case.
So, Honda, it does get better, okay?
Yeah,
it does get better.
They need to just take a step back and think, right, this ain't working.
Yeah.
Go back to go forward.
Exactly.
But then again, it's easy for me to say sat here on my arse talking about it.
Exactly, yeah, it's not like we're out there actually trying to...
But, Honda have enough manpower that they could easily build a brand new machine in about 3 weeks.
Absolutely. Like KTM. There you go. Have a steel frame and just 3D print your frame, Honda. Sorted.
Yeah.
Sorted. So we had some pretty crazy races today. Obviously, we'll start with Moto 3 with pretty much like a 15-rider scrap for the victory today.
Yeah. Settling kids because I'm about to go on one of my patented rants.
Oh, for God's sake, yeah. So Jacob's about to go on a rant in a minute, so we'll leave him in a minute. But
strap yourselves in, kids.
Yes, strap ourselves in. So, it was a bit crazy with, obviously, we had 15 riders battling for the win. And your boy, Eisen Guevara, battling it out and obviously fighting for the victory as well. He led the race at some point as well. I genuinely think he had a shot at winning the race.
Yeah, 100%. This is the exact Guevara that I've watched over the past couple of years, to be honest.
Yeah, he's been really solid, and I'm quite impressed with him this weekend. But yeah, we had a pretty chaotic race. Turn 8. Still don't know what really happened there. They haven't showed any footage of it. No. Probably learning from what happened last weekend.
Yes. Because we should point out first and foremost, everybody's okay.
Yeah.
Sasaki was taken to the hospital with a concussion, but he's going to be okay. No lasting damage, which is great. So first and foremost, everyone has come out of this okay. So that's a good thing.
Yeah. And something happened, and 4 riders went down, namely Ayumu Sasaki, Dennis Foggia, Artie Gas, and I believe Matsuyama went down as well.
Matsuyama, I think, was a separate incident.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what's going on. And obviously, Guevara crashed as well. Guevara also crashed, but that was obviously separate. But something happened with Sasaki, Foggia, and Artie Gas, and all 3 of those riders crashed out. But obviously, they're all right, and that basically promoted a hell of a lot of riders into the points. Which it's not their fault, great, amazing. You got points, take it,
saying to finish first you must finish.
Exactly, yeah, that's the saying, yeah. So, so it was a pretty good race, but I want you to now do your little rant, Jacob.
What the hell are Moto 3 boys doing? That's my only question, because you've just lost one of your colleagues last weekend at Mugello. And then you go and do something which is so brainless and could have caused such a massive accident by not jamming your brakes on, but letting off the throttle on the racing line.
Yeah.
Like, someone needs to pull them. If I was one of their team managers, like namely Alcoba, October, etc., I would grab him, I would smack them across the back of the head and be like, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, it shouldn't happen anyway. But having seen what happened last weekend with Dupasquier and realising that, you're not immortal.
Yeah.
Things can happen.
Yeah.
Why would you then do something so brainless as the shenanigans that happened on the last lap? It baffles me.
Yeah, because obviously when they were coming onto the penultimate lap, they were coming onto the last corner on the penultimate lap. A lot of riders basically slowed down, with Jamie Alcoba obviously slowing down, looking over his shoulder where the riders were around him.
I will point out, slowing down is perfectly fine. If that's what you want to do in a race, that's your prerogative. Do not do it on the racing line.
Yeah, because they all just, at one point, were just dawdling with, obviously, Fanati holding his hand up, like, what the hell's going on, kind of thing.
As we said earlier, Fanati held his hand up because he hit someone.
Yeah.
Slashed into the back of somebody. Like, you don't expect that to happen in a race.
No, absolutely not. Because when you're riding at these speeds, you're trusting every rider around you to be smart about what they're doing. And when stuff like this happens, you're sat there and you cannot trust the riders around you anymore. And it puts you in such a horrible mental disposition where you're just sat there wondering what on earth you're meant to do, kind of thing.
Oh yeah, like we all know, like Fanati's had his problems in the past.
Yeah.
Fanati is the most level-headed rider in that pack. Something is wrong.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean he's obviously matured a lot over time now.
Yeah, that's not a dig for Fanati. That's actually praising how far he's come.
Yeah, exactly. He's done really well over the last few years. But it's just mental to see these riders doing what they are doing, and it's really disappointing, if I'm honest, after what has happened last weekend. You'd think they'd have a bit more courtesy, a bit more.
The podium in Jason Dupasquier t-shirts, they've got their stickers all over him. They've signed something saying they won't ever forget him, and then as soon as they go on track, they've forgotten him. It's insulting to his memory, if I'm honest with you.
Yeah, it is really disrespectful.
It's not a way to put it. Because, Jason was, it's easy to say now, but I can't imagine he would have been involved in those shenanigans. He was never one, even in qualifyings. He was never, he never had penalties. He never did anything silly like that.
Yeah, no, you're right.
To the sport at the start of last year, he never picked up any penalty points, no grid promotions, nothing, Dupasquier was never one to get penalty points, get grid positions because he was messing about.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
And it's just an insult to him. It really is. Race direction need to pull them all aside and say, look, this is what you're going to do it elsewhere because you end racing on this track.
Yeah, but the thing is, there's the issue with race direction. Yeah, they can be like, oh, yeah, don't do that, but they're not going to do that because they're spineless.
Yeah, absolutely spineless. Yeah, that's the word I'd use. They, for the most part, they've gotten things right over the years, but lately,
shocking. I mean, honestly, I don't want to slate anybody, but since Freddie Spencer's been in there, it's
he knows where his bread is buttered, doesn't he? That's the thing.
He knows what he's doing, but he knows what he's doing from 30 years ago, and what was 30 years ago was deemed okay then is not acceptable now, and you get these idiots who message you or put in the comment section things like, oh, where's the real grit? These are riders going out doing that. It's like, yeah, and the riders used to do this back in the day. They didn't even ride with chest protectors and stuff. But the thing is, that was when riders were dying week in, week out. It was it was a time when safety standards were very low.
And this is also a time where bikes made 120 horsepower, not 300.
Yeah, exactly. There's a time as well where the tracks were lined with blooming Aramco, however you pronounce it, metal barriers
and stuff.
And they did not care. You can't be like, oh, just be like what they used to
from 1980, 1970s, 1980s are probably no quicker than today's Moto3 bikes.
Exactly, and so to be like, oh, just do what they used to do. We had it's only, I say, it's 4 too many, I just want to say, but we've only, in inverted commas, had 4 riders lose their life in the last 10 years, compared to back then, you'd see at least once a year. You only have to go on the lists that's publicly available on the internet of every rider who's lost their life and see the state of the amount of deaths that are happening in in, say, a decade-long period. So to have
from the
10...
70s to 1970 to 1980 was dark.
Yeah, you had massive riders lose their life, like Jarno Saarian and stuff like that.
Saarinen was obviously going to be a world champion, and he passed away after one crash. And today, you can't help but feel a crash at that speed. He'd survive it, get up and go and kick his box,
Yeah, it's because he hit the Armco, but we're not obviously going to go into details like that. It's quite dark, but it just shows that safety standards have improved. So why are people questioning people who, like us, who are questioning the safety standards? Why are people slating people for doing that? That's what I don't understand. Riders lost their life last week, and here we are, you and I, asking on our platforms for a bit more safety, and people stop being stupid on racetracks and getting abuse for it. It's like, what?
I don't see what they can do in terms of safety, actual safety.
No.
Like, there's no further we can go. Everything is near its peak.
Yeah, I would say it's very much at the peak.
The only thing we can do now is move walls back so the bikes don't hit them, which is possible on some tracks and some is not. But, look at the helmets these days. They're not just a cut-out bowl anymore.
No, they're amazing, but it's not. It's now down to, instead of the safety issues, it's now a question of rider issues, Riders need to now start using their brains a bit more, and we need to enforce something which is making the riders use their brains a bit more and not be idiots.
Like we've got amazing things covering your brains now. Use them.
Yeah, exactly, And, there's so many great regulations and stuff in place, but why riders aren't being penalised for being idiots or getting light slaps on the wrists for being idiots, I don't understand.
3-second penalty was the bare minimum that 3 of those riders should have received.
Exactly, 3 seconds minimum, And I mean, thing is, it's just a bit crazy. But on a positive note, obviously we saw Sergio Garcia take the victory ahead of Jeremy Alcoba. Garcia takes his second win of the year now. He's really surprising me this year. Genuinely, I'm really impressed by him, to be honest.
I would like to point out I've been banging the drum about him for a while.
Yeah, but you bang jump at everyone and take the glory.
That's true. If the Gas boys I knew would be up there.
Yeah, of course, yeah, obviously.
One rider I didn't have for a podium this week was Mr. Onshu.
Yeah, Onshu's doing really well. And I'm glad
What was our predictions, by the way?
Oh, I can't even remember, to be honest. I cannot remember.
Because obviously we did predictions off here because obviously we didn't do the podcast last week.
I mean, what are your predictions? Because I can't find yours.
I went Guevara, Acosta, and Mino, so I wrote for 3.
I went for Rodrigo, Macia, Guevara, so I got none of them right, and you got none of them right as well, I think.
Yeah, we'll lose no credibility there, aren't we?
Yeah, I had Macia, but then obviously he got taken off the podium.
But that leads me into leaders. Part 2 of my rant.
Oh, God.
And you know where I'm going with this?
Do I?
Yeah.
Go on,
why is John McPhee even touted for a Moto2 ride?
For God's sake.
No, come on. If it was anyone else, and they had that record of retired, 23rd, retired, 7th, retired.
Yeah.
Then you would not be looking to move him up to Moto2, would you?
No, you wouldn't. I mean, he's got talent, he's got undeniable talent, but he just can't.
He's a talented lad.
He's a talented lad, John. It's okay.
Oh, John, the Spaniards use him as target practice.
Yeah.
No, they don't. They fasten him.
But, I mean, that leads me on to something, actually. Because John McPhee's, his guy, Mark Woodage.
Yeah.
Posted a tweet that I could not believe I read from Mark Woodage.
Yeah, and normally Mark Woodage is a very normal guy.
Yeah, so Gabriel Rodrigo finished in 6th and was the fastest man all weekend, Really solid results all weekend, got pole, took the lap record and all that.
Before we go any further, while you're on Gabri, how nice was his lid?
Oh, it was amazing. Loved it.
Oh, it was awesome.
Yeah, it was good. But basically, Mark Woodage, I'll quote it, said, so he typed a reply to Gabriel Rodrigo that said, "You did good job all weekend and don't deserve this result of 6th place. Your pace was strongest all weekend and deserved minimum podium. The shame Moto3 has gotten like Mario Karts with slow riders able to run at front. I'm sorry, but if a rider is running at the front, do you not think he might be fast?"
Yes, that was a very ill-considered tweet, wasn't it?
Utterly ridiculous. And who is he pointing fingers at? Saying slow riders are able to run up front. You got Sergio Garcia, who is obviously a 3-time race winner. Jeremy Acoba's a European Moto3 world champion. Then there's Onsu's a Rebel Rookies runner-up, Moto3 CEV podium finisher, and the Asia Talent Cup champion. Masia speaks for himself. Binder speaks for himself. And you're saying that some of those riders ahead of him are faster than Rodrigo?
There's no such thing as a slow rider anymore. It's just not.
And the thing if you're getting beaten, are you the slow rider? I'm not saying Rodrigo's slow, by the way, but you can't be like Moto3's got on like Mario Kart, slow riders able to run at the front when the speed that they're running at the front is ridiculously quick.
Like even CEV Moto3, there's not a slow rider anymore.
Exactly,
let alone World Championship.
Yeah, you've got these rapid riders that run at the front. How can you say slow riders are running at the front? It doesn't make sense.
I think he's just quite annoyed that he knows McPhee has not only lost his ride, but he's lost his Moto2 chance in one fell swoop with that crash. Because he's done. Yeah. He's not winning the title. He's not going up. Where does he go?
World Supersport, I'm assuming.
Yeah, Supersport 600 in Britain or something. Which, again, I'm not mocking British Supersport, but, like, would you take him on the world level after having seen what's happened to him this time?
No.
He's got 10 years of experience in the class, and he's managed to just completely pocket up.
Wipe it out. Yeah, it's not good.
Yeah, he scored point. He made 125 appearances in 2010, for God's sake.
It's ridiculous.
This is a guy with experience.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, the Moto2 move didn't happen. Fine. He possibly did deserve it a couple of years ago. But now, I wouldn't let him on a TT bloody game, let alone, the games in the arcade. I wouldn't let him sit on one of those bikes, let alone one of my race bikes.
Okay,
No, I'm sorry, but it frustrates the hell out of me when I see so many people saying McPhee deserves a Moto2 chance. No, he does not. It's that simple. He doesn't even deserve his Moto3 seat. There's possibly going to be a Petronas Moto2 seat available.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, 100% there will be.
And Binder gets it, doesn't he? Let's be real.
Yeah, Binder will get it, 100%.
And he'll get it on merit.
I'd say he deserves it, obviously, but
because you can't have 10 years of experience and make rookie errors.
No, you just can't.
End of story.
No, exactly.
If you're one of those people who are saying, "Oh, McPhee's just unlucky, he deserves a Moto2 shot," when you're negging, it's not right.
No. Right. Moving on to Moto2.
Hang on. Before you go any further, there was 2 riders I wanted to shout out.
Yeah.
I thought Bartolini was excellent.
Yeah, he did alright.
And Yuki Kuni coming back from a broken collarbone to finish 11th. Yeah. Amazing.
Solid result from them.
Really, really good.
Yeah, really impressed by him. He's a good rider. He just needs that.
It's his best ever result in Moto2.
Is it?
Moto3, sorry.
Is it?
Mm-hmm. And he's just come back after breaking the collarbone. So what I was suggesting was that Honda teammate should break the other one, no? And then he'll come 5th.
Oh, for God's sake.
But it was his best ever result. And coming back from an injury and seeing Matsuyama filling quite well, I was very impressed.
Yeah, he did alright, Right, moving on to Moto2. My predictions, I had both Fernandez's and Remy Gardner. And obviously we had Gardner, Fernandez and Vierge, who was a bit of a wild card in there.
I was so, we all know I think Javi Vierge is the sexiest Moto2 rider.
Yeah.
He's such a good-looking man. I'm comfortable enough in my sexuality to say he's a good-looking boy, you know what I mean? And now he's really thrown his hat in the ring for that Petronas MotoGP seat. I'm not saying he's under consideration, but suddenly getting a podium at the right time.
Yeah.
Especially when the touted guy in Petronas, Dixon, is struggling a little.
Yeah, I mean...
I wonder a little.
Yeah, I would say Vierge, obviously he nearly got the Tech 3 ride a few years ago, but he left Tech 3 to go to the Intact GP team. But if he had...
That was the right move for him, I think.
Yeah, I think he could have had a Corona situation and a Siren situation where they jump up too early or when they're not ready and bang,
Yeah, but now I think he's really thrown his hat in the ring.
Yeah, I think he's doing alright now.
His lid was brilliant, underwater theme.
Yeah.
And seeing that lovely face on the podium, banging. Can't fault him.
God's sake, man. But yeah.
No, like in all seriousness, it was really good to see him on the podium, wasn't it? Like, we all know how good Vierge is.
Of course, yeah.
And for some reason, he's been underachieving in very, very good teams.
Yeah, he has. Like, Mark VDS, for example, and then obviously the Intact team, it's a bit...
Yeah, he's been in very, very good teams and not quite pulled it off.
Yeah, I thought
if this is the springboard, I would not be unhappy to see Vierge winning.
Yeah, no, I'd like to see it. I genuinely thought you were going to say something about his face, and you're like, oh, just like joking aside.
Joking aside,
it's nice to see him on the face.
Right, he is the best looking guy on the planet, but that's by the by,
Fucking weird, man.
And that's only because Axel Pons have left, but
true, he's a good looking geezer, to be fair, Axel. But I don't think people want to hear that.
Well, some might.
I don't know. I mean, I commented to say weird caption on your post, and I got about 17 people liking it.
He said caption kind of sus.
Yeah, I saw that.
I was giggling. Do you know what? It's my page. I can post what I want. Deal with it.
Weird.
But but like, if we're being completely honest, this is where we expect Vierge.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, 100%.
And he's not quite achieved. Like, I don't know, dominating at the minute. I think first and second now at this point are out of reach. Like, it's a shoe in. Unless none of them breaks or comes off, them two is sorted. It's for the final podium spots.
Yeah, those two are just getting 1-2s every session now, pretty much. Every session. Obviously, the VDS did have a 1-2 earlier in the weekend, but it's just these two are just dominating it now.
When it counts, IO are the team.
Yeah, some dark years, they are smashing.
Like, Lowe's is no longer the fastest Moto2 rider.
No.
I'm not saying best, but outright speed last year, I think Lowe's had it.
Yeah, this year he's just...
This year, it's not there.
It's not. But I think he'll come back. But it's it is to finish the race.
Third. That's the problem. It's for third.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
Like, we know IO are going to finish 1-2 in just who wins the title at this point. So, but what else can you say? Like, Remy, quite rightly, has got a promotion to MotoGP.
Yep.
And, I got absolutely zero issue with that. Fully deserved. Congratulations, Remy. Well done.
Yeah.
But as we said, I send Raul up with him.
Yeah, I would as well. But I don't know. I think I'd like to see him do another year in Moto2, to be honest. But
if he doesn't win the title, I think he will stay.
But that's way too late. That is way too late in the year to be deciding that. Because by then, if he's still a
probably
free
signed the Moto2 deal right now with the MotoGP clause or something.
Like he did in Moto3 when he was in Moto3 and he signed for Moto3 and then he got moved to Moto2 later on. But then you can't leave Tech 3 waiting on a rider.
Well, if it's signed, they don't have to announce, Petrux, I'm sure, is gone.
Yeah.
I hate to say it because I really, really like Petrucci. I think he's a brilliant rider, brilliant paddock personality, but I don't think he's doing enough. Like, Roma's outperforming him, and
just get him on a Barney Ducati and World Superbike.
Chuck him on a Duke, he'll win a title.
And he used to race for Barney as well, so it's not like it's not a team he doesn't know.
Yeah, exactly. Like, Lecrona could easily slot back down. Like, why not swap Lecrona and Rel?
Yeah, good shout.
But then, where do Masia and Acosta go? So, things are roundabouts, isn't it?
Yeah, it's tough. It is tough.
Yeah. Like, Lecrona, I think, is the one in the worst position right now.
Yeah, because he's never really proven himself in Moto2. Yes, the odd podium here and there. And then MotoGP is really not proven himself.
Yeah, he's had arm pump surgery, as we know, and he's really upped his game lately. So, potentially?
You what?
Maybe?
Tech 3?
What's that?
What did you say?
I said potentially he could stay.
Nah.
But it's unlikely.
Yeah, it is unlikely. KTM would be like, nah, because KTM can slot a rider in there. They get one of the seats, and they've hired Remy Gardner. So the other seat
they've already halved the deficit, haven't they?
Well, the other slot is Tech 3 slot and not KTM. So Tech 3 could choose Lecrona if they wanted to, and Fernandez would literally have to just stuck it up in Moto2 for another year.
Would you? Like, who knows which way his bread is buttered?
He does, but he also believes in Lecrona. But he also doesn't believe in Lecrona because he said that the rider he knew and now knows is completely different.
But like he also knows which way the bread is buttered, and if KTM tell him to do something, he's doing it, isn't he?
Yeah, jump how high kind of thing.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
What do you make of Joe Roberts today?
He did alright, 10th average. Yeah.
Anonymous is the word I've written down for him.
The what?
I've written down anonymous as the description.
Yeah. Why is he some part of hacking group now? Is he? Or?
Yeah. Well, we saw him about as much as we see the hacker group.
Yeah. True.
There's no way. It's just.
Yeah. I think.
Go on.
I think I was really impressed with Augusto Fernandez, to be honest.
Yes, that was exactly what I was about to bring up.
Yeah, because he's had 4.
I said. Go on.
He had 4 DNFs in a row, and now bang, 5th place. You know, he needed that desperately, and he's come in and smashed it. You know. Really impressive Augusto Fernandez this weekend.
I said on the Jerez preview, didn't I, that we'll finally see the real Augusto Fernandez. It's come a bit later.
Yeah, it has, but it's happened.
But here it is.
Yeah, and I think he can now, if he can stay on it, I think he'll battle for the podiums. He got a victory in Assen in 2019, so there's no reason why I can't do it again. That
test at Catalunya, actually, yeah. The Catalan test really helped him.
Yeah, it did, 100%. Yeah.
Did you notice who came 15th?
Yes, Tom Luthi, of course.
Yeah, I thought that was very fitting.
Yeah, nice point for Jason, you know, because obviously he was his mentor for quite a while. Yeah,
I think he definitely pushed him on a little bit because Luthi's been nowhere near the points.
Yeah, I mean, it was good race for Luthi, and Bo Schneider as well, his teammate. He did a really good job.
Yeah, 6 is an amazing ride for Bo.
Yeah, I mean, obviously he could have had a podium, but you know he still stayed around 6th, which is really.
He could have been riding around in a Yamaha 6, like.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean, he's proven that it was a completely wrong decision to try and force him out of the paddock.
Yeah, I'm glad he did get a ride because he has proven it. He is really impressive now. Finally on the Kalex.
Yeah, it just goes. I think the Kalex, I don't think the Kalex is any better chassis as the others once it works, but the working window is so much wider.
Yeah.
It's very solid. It just does everything right.
Yeah, you've pretty much summed that up perfectly, you know. But,
I wanted to mention as well, Alonso Lopez.
Yeah,
I think he was excellent, but he was running towards the back of the normal field.
Whereas his team,
Herman Aldeguer has proven that actually that's not quite where you should be on that bike.
Yeah, Herman Aldeguer has proven and set a very high bar now.
Yep, he's moved the bar.
Yeah, the bar is way over everyone's head.
We didn't get to discuss him at Mugello.
Yeah,
but I was so impressed.
Yeah, he's done a really good job. You know, I'm really impressed by Miss Herman Aldeguer. Only 30 seconds off the race win. P12, obviously in Mugello. Really good race.
Yeah, I think he's proven that. Well, it's done today. He's going up.
Yeah, 100%. I think he will. I've just seen a thing as well that Pedro Acosta, big shout out to Pedro Acosta because he waved the flag of Andres Perez.
Oh, nice.
After the race. I did see a flag and I wondered what it was. So, yeah, obviously, because he raced for the MT Foundation 77 team last year, which obviously was made in memory of Andres Perez, who died at 14 years old in a CV Moto3 World Championship race at Catalunya, this track.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, big respect to Pedro for that.
Yeah, horrific. The fact that a rider's, 14, man. So yeah, big respect to Acosta for that. You know, he knows his roots and he sticks by them, which is why he won't go to VR46.
Yeah, you got to think I think there's more chance of Fernandez going to Yamaha than there is Pedro Acosta going to VR46.
It's just
to put it like that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but so it was a really solid race. Gutted for Agora because he crashed.
Yes.
And he had a really good race weekend as well. He's really impressed me though, but everybody makes mistakes at the end of the day, so.
Well, it's easy to forget he's a rookie as well.
Exactly, yeah. So he can afford the mistakes.
As I've said many times, if Raul Fernandez wasn't riding, we would be talking about Ayagura and raving about him.
Same way we would be with Ivan Guevara in Moto 3.
Yeah, it just Io have moved the bar, haven't they?
Yeah, they're just moving that bar.
I think everybody was expecting Arbolino, Arenas, and Fernandez to be better.
Mm.
And actually, Agura has proven that maybe, just maybe, there's a Japanese talent who can win in Moto2 and go up to MotoGP and potentially win on a bike.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
He's as good as Taka was in Moto2.
Yeah, he's a very solid rider. I'm genuinely, because Taka Nakagami obviously would get the odd podium here, but for the most part, it was like 7th place or around there. Same with
and that's where Agura's hovering right now.
He is only 19 as well.
Yeah, so I'm on his side because
obviously in good hands.
Team Asia have got a bit of a reputation for promoting riders a bit too quick.
Yeah.
The kip.
Yeah, yeah.
So I was fearful for Agura. But they've hit the nail on the head with this guy.
Smashed it, really impressed. And he's done well, and obviously, it's not much to say.
What do you make of Dixon's chances after this weekend of moving up?
Slimmer. I'm not saying they're gone, but I'm saying they're slimmer.
Yes.
Slimmer.
Yeah, I'm with you. Like, as we know, Petronas are impressed with his work ethic, his way of getting his head down and trying to change things,
but starting last place because he's crashed in qualifying and then crashed in the warm up.
Yeah, it's Jake's a cool rider. Yeah. He doesn't tend to feel pressure much, but I think it's even getting to him right now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's not nice. Not nice.
Yeah, he's gone from being, but it's weird. He's simultaneously in the frame for a move up and fighting for his ride. It's one of those baffling ones. He could go either way.
He could literally either lose his ride or get a MotoGP ride. It's mental.
Yeah.
It could go either way. Mental, yeah.
Schrodinger's riders.
Yeah, exactly. So, right, moving to MotoGP.
It was only one place we could start, wasn't it?
Yeah, what the hell happened with your mic? It went like...
I laughed. Yeah. There's only one place we could start.
Fabio Quartararo.
You deserved one of the 2 penalties, Fabio. Sit down, deal with it.
Yeah, honestly, 3 seconds.
It's in the bloody rulebook.
Yeah, it's in the rulebook. You have to have a...
Yeah, you cannot get rid of your chest protector.
Hold on, what the fuck is your mic doing? What is your mic doing? Try and move your mouth closer to it. No.
No.
Bit further. Do what you did a bit more.
Yeah, how's that?
Perfect.
Yeah, it's in the rulebook.
No, wait. Talk a bit quieter,
Yeah, it's in the rulebook, isn't it?
Yeah, it's absolutely in the rulebook.
That you have to start with a chest protector and a back protector, and you cannot remove it throughout the entirety of your on-track action.
Yeah, and if you don't...
to yeet the chest protector onto the track, I might add.
Onto the track, yeah. It's mental.
And then to complain about it.
Yeah, and because he went on Instagram, so I've got the screenshots because I'm a knob. Now I've got to get those receipts, you know what I'm saying? So we had, obviously, because Fabio's got his right-hand man, Tom, who said, thanks for the show, MotoGP. Why make a long lap if you can't use it? Nice for the show. I massively agree with that. I agree with that wholeheartedly. Fabio went slower on that lap and was penalised for it, which is mental. Yes. Ridiculous, to be honest,
Yep.
But Fabio Quartararo then opened his suit mid-race. For whatever reason, he still hasn't said anything. Maybe, he had a wasp in his suit, which is some people have said.
That's my theory. I've seen theories ranging from a broken zipper, which was disproved at the end of the race when he zipped it back up, to his airbag going off, which, again...
He's not saying anything.
Stars can easily tell us if that's the case.
Yeah.
I think something got into his suit and he had to get it out. And then once he'd moved his chest protector, he couldn't get it back zipped up, so he tried to throw it in order to zip his suit up.
Yeah, because he obviously had his chest protector and he just lobbed it out the thing, but a lot of people, and I say a lot of people, I mean a lot of people, you're talking Casey Stoner, you're talking obviously Neil Hodgson on the BT Sport broadcast, you're talking multiple world champions on Twitter, you're talking a lot of people are saying that Fabio Quartararo needs to be penalised for riding around the track and completing 3 laps with his suit open. I dread to think what would happen if he'd crashed and landed on his face and slid.
He had a front end moment, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not. He wouldn't have any nipples left, would he?
Oh, mate, if he slid down the track face first with his bare skin.
I've seen people saying, MotoGP's gone too soft, it was up to him. There's an infringement of Article 2.4.5.2 of the FIM World Championship Grand Prix regulations. That states you have to have a chest protector and a back protector.
Yeah, that's not...
Whether he wanted to stop or not, he broke the rules and deserved punishment.
Yeah.
End of story.
If Fabio couldn't have... Say if Fabio didn't endanger everybody, will you use that tagline? Fabio Quartararo did not endanger anybody. He still broke a flipping rule in the rule book.
And aside from that, he did endanger someone.
Yeah, because he lobbed his bloody chest protector in the track.
No, he endangered himself.
Well, yeah, but that's not what I mean. I'm saying, if if we're saying Fabio, the only danger that Fabio had was to himself, and Fabio, that's Fabio's exactly thing. Why. Fabio's like, I put no one in danger. It was already tough for me. It's like, that's fine, but you still broke a rule, mate.
You broke a rule that's written in the 2021 FIM rulebook. Yeah,
because a lot of people are talking down to it. And Fabio put on his story, I quote, "Congratulations to all the people that go to complain for another penalty. Obviously, in addition to his one-way run off track. I put nobody in danger, like a rider said. And it was already tough for me to ride. But great to see the real faces of some people. Just want to thank all the people that support me and help through the difficult moments. See you in the next one. Wink." And then goes on and later wants to say with his mate Tom, our face when we see the comments and they're all laughing, or I was laughing at the comments, Like,
but he wasn't, was he?
I'm sorry, but the arrogance.
Yeah, he's
pure
gone
arrogance.
down in my estimation from this.
He's gone down a lot of estimations, mate. I mean, I've gotten some abuse from bloody French fans saying that I'm stupid or whatever, but I don't care. But I've had a lot
broke a rule. If it was anyone else, if it was a rider that these French people didn't like,
mate, if Jorge Lorenzo did that, if Jorge Lorenzo did exactly what he did, or Marc Marquez,
they would be screaming for a race ban.
Yeah, and the fact that after what Jason DePasquet happened with Jason last week, he lost his life, for them to just not give a flying crap about what happened today is mental. Race Direction needs to take a hard look at themselves and go, what the hell are we doing?
To my point, I think where I said he was a danger to someone, a danger to himself.
Yeah.
That's where Race Direction should have stepped in and protected him from himself and given him the black flag.
He should have had a black flag. I haven't seen anybody...
Regardless of rules, they should have protected him from himself.
Yeah, he should have had a black flag. Bare minimum. 3 seconds into the race, okay, fine, you're now 6th place and not 3rd. Obviously including the other one. But it's not good enough. You should have had a black flag. And that's not me going, to spice up the championship and things like that. Because it only lost 10 points and it still have a championship lead.
Where would you rather lose, 10 points or your life?
Yeah, those chest protectors are in there for a reason. If he fell off and was hit by Jack Miller behind him and no chest protector, he's a goner. He's a goner.
But that legitimately is it. And then, of course, as we've seen with Sasaki, how he's been mentally beaten down by what happened with Dupasquier, and Miller would have to live with that then.
Yeah.
So it's not just Fabio. It's selfish. It's absolutely selfish.
It's a massive selfish thing. If that's going to happen, move to the side of the track and do it. And like I said, it's easy for us to say this behind a microphone and a computer screen, and you'll get, your Twitter warriors, your people... neither of us have racing experience. We have not raced.
I do. I've raced motocross at a British level. I know exactly what it takes.
Yeah, well, I'll say for myself, I haven't raced. I don't race in these situations. But you can't discredit what I'm saying now because I haven't raced on the basis that I'm ill-informed when I'm talking on the basis of safety.
Yeah, like Gavin Emmett never raced, but people like his commentary.
Well, yeah, a lot of people. Who's that other guy, Charlie Hiscott? He hasn't raced.
Yeah.
And he's very knowledgeable. It's not about if you've raced or not. I think that's a story for another time, but...
Yeah, do you know what does me the most about it, so is how can you argue with safety?
Yeah.
Said it in the through. How can you argue with safety?
Yeah,
you can't.
It's like I said earlier, how can you argue against people who are trying to promote the safety of the sport? And Fabio is just coming across incredibly arrogant on Instagram at the moment. Incredibly cocky, incredibly, we're looking up for you for saying that we should be penalised. Yes, you should be penalised, mate. You're banging the wrong, mate. You can't be like, oh, screw you for saying we should be penalised when you are in the wrong, mate. It's like shooting a flipping, like, robbing a store at gunpoint and then saying, I'm going to kill you to everybody who's seen you do it.
You know what, Jerk? It's just nobody won today.
No.
Because Fabio let himself down.
Massively.
And he's let him down further by then standing by his mistake, which I suppose is to be admired in a way.
Yeah, he hasn't really owned up to it. Yeah, he said, like, oh, I'll do this. But he's also then gone on to say, yeah, but you shouldn't penalise me for it.
Yeah, like he's standing by his opinion, which, fine, he's allowed it. But opinions mean nothing when you've broken rules.
Yeah, a lot
This direction have let themselves down with the way they've reacted to various points today.
Oh, massively, yeah. But like,
it's just
you think
the biggest loser here is MotoGP.
Everybody, like, I thought everybody would be a bit more tender this weekend after what happened, but no one cares. It seems
they've already forgotten about the past year. It's disgusting.
They only care when it's about PR. If it's about PR, you get a good PR out of it, which is disgusting, to be honest. They're getting good PR out of it, like, the t-shirts on the podium.
And then you've got someone like Yamanaka, who's beating himself up like hell. He's put on his Instagram post, he apologised to Dupasquier that he couldn't do better.
Exactly, and then you've got all these...
kid.
Yeah, you've got these PR people doing this, Jason with the helmets, and the stickers everywhere, and they're doing the stuff on the podium, but then they're not backing up their actions by actually taking action when they should.
Yeah.
And it's just disgraceful.
But anyway, what I wanted to say, and I got sidetracked quite a lot by that. How good was Miguel today?
Oh my god, he was on rails. On rails, mate. He was so good.
Obviously, as people may or may not know, we have a group chat, obviously.
Yes, obviously, who doesn't?
And everybody's like, Zarco's going to win. And I was like, nah, Miguel has so much in hand.
Well, I said Zarco's going to win because he literally took 3/10 out of Miguel Oliveira in the final lap.
Oh yeah, like I could see why you said it, but I felt Miguel could have gone quicker if needed.
Stretched out.
Because I think Zarco was on the limit.
Zarco was, Zarco even said he was on the limit. Somebody said, I think Nat Quirk at BT said that, if it was one more lap, could you do it? And Zarco even said no, because he was literally skittering about everywhere and was bang on the limit.
And Miguel, I think, could have pulled the pin if he needed to.
Yeah, I think so. I think Miguel had it, because he battled with Quartararo and then fended Quartararo off and then held the lead whilst Fabio obviously got overtaken. And then Zarco worked through the field, overtaking Miller, Mir, then Quartararo for second. Zarco had a solid race today.
100%. I will admit, I think I may be wrong about Zarco.
Well, he's now got this is the most successful year of his career now. He has never scored, in MotoGP, he has never scored more than 3 podiums in one season, and this year he's got 4.
Yeah, it just goes to show that happiness is important to Johan Zarco.
Yeah, if Zarco's happy and feels comfortable, then that's it. That's all he needs, He wasn't happy in KTM, and look.
The reason I bring up Oliveira is because obviously, as you know, I put the podcast on my story, and they said, what would you like us to discuss? Someone's put Oliveira's choices for 2023.
I say KTM.
Why would he leave?
Yeah, why would he leave?
They value him just as much as Binder. Just because they've signed Binder up first does not mean they don't value Miguel as much as they value Binder.
Yeah, exactly. They value them both. Obviously they want Binder because I think his contract worked out well to tie him down for 2024. I think they've probably like already done stuff with Miguel Oliveira, and they're probably just going to announce him this week. I think everyone's just jumping the gun a bit, I think. Yeah,
because they announced Brad first, all everybody's up in arms saying, what about Miguel? And I imagine they've sorted it.
Yeah, I can imagine Miguel has already signed up. It's just a case of dropping that press release. I can guarantee you, this week,
let him go.
Yeah, like Monday morning, 9:30, bang, press release. Miguel Oliveira is signed till 2024. There is no way they'll let him go, mate. They've made too many mistakes before, and KTM are pumping obscene amounts of money into these riders now. There's no reason he'll make more at KTM than he'll make anywhere else.
It's not even about the money for KTM. I think it's the Portuguese side.
Yeah, they love the Portuguese.
Whether you like it or not, Miguel and Portugal are intertwined. He's a national hero in Portugal.
He's a legend in Portugal.
And whoever he's riding for, much like the Malaysians with Cyrene, they will support until the cows come home.
Oh, they are mental. In the comments, a lot of them are sound, but then you get the odd few that you're like, really? Like, come on, man.
Yeah, that's it. The other question is Alpine Stars to blame for Fabio's faulty suit?
No way.
Nope. Yep, next.
Yeah, next question. But like with Miguel Oliveira, his stock level is rising. Sorry, Neil. His stock level is rising massively. And these 2 podiums back to back with a win here, it'll only help accelerate himself, and he can ask for more money if he wants to from KTM, and they'll give him it.
Yeah, they will, because Lightner and Pit Byra are nothing if not loyal.
Yeah, like he will obviously.
He's wanted to keep Zarco, yeah.
Yeah, I mean he's been with KTM for a long ass time as well, so it's not.
The only blip was obviously the Leopard, which
is fine because
KTM didn't have the chassis at the time.
KTM didn't have a Moto2 team, and as soon as they did, bang, straight in there.
Yeah, they know what they have with both Miguel and Brad.
Yeah,
and they will keep hold of them. I would not be surprised if they both finish their careers on KTM, possibly one of them as a world champion.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I would say this week we'll probably see Oliveira confirmed at KTM.
Well, perfect time now, innit?
Yeah, exactly. Bang, straight after the race win,
The only other time would have been Portimao weekend, but that was slightly too early.
Yeah, it was way too early, to sign a rider for 3 more years. But now he's got a race win under his belt. Yeah, sign him up.
But yeah, that was the only questions I had, because I'm not as big as you.
I haven't even asked anybody anything, so sick. I'm literally ill prepared, so it's great.
What did you make of Pecco's tyre choice? Because he said it was wrong, but it was medium.
I didn't pay attention to it.
He said he went the same tyres as Miller.
Oh, well then Pecco's a stupid idiot and should retire now because he's obviously a waste man.
Yep, there we go, that's it. Said everywhere on Instagram.
Pecco, 7th, right, should retire.
Yeah, well, I mean, everybody who finishes beyond Valentino Rossi retire. Yeah, just to get out there. No, but he said he's blamed tyre choice.
Okay, well, some riders respond better to different things. Miller might felt really good on the same tyres, but it's a mental game, isn't it? So
exactly,
it's just a mental game.
Yeah. He's still well within title contention for me.
Yeah, absolutely. And Miller did a great job. I want to say. I do not want to gloss over Jack Miller. Bloody hell! I do not want to be glossing over Jack Miller. Flipping heck. Miller. Jack Miller. Miller.
Like, that's the thing. I think we slightly gloss over it because it's expected.
Yeah.
Like we've glossed over Joan Mir. He's world champion.
Well, I was going to mention Mir, but then obviously
in the past couple of things we've glossed over him, the world champion, because it's sort of expected.
Yeah, it's massively expected from Mir.
And 4th place, like 5th on the road, but 4th place. Yeah. That's bloody excellent. Yeah. Like that's a track that's not good for Suzuki. Historically, they got the 2 podiums last year, but historically, it's gone okay, and then they've lost out on the straight.
Exactly, yeah.
And ended up a bit lower. But for him, did you notice he was sticking with the Ducatis on the straight, which surprised me.
Yeah, considering obviously he's on the Suzuki, which will consistently have a disadvantage on the top speed. And of
course, he only had 1 set of data this weekend for Suzuki because of Mr. Alex Texter Rins.
Yeah, exactly.
We had someone we know in a group we know complaining like hell about people saying Rins was an idiot. Well, now, for me, if you've been an idiot, people are entitled to tell you you're an idiot.
Yeah.
Like, people are going to tell me I'm an idiot because of my opinions on you, and that's fine. You're allowed your opinion. It's wrong because I'm amazing, but you're allowed the opinion. Yeah. And my opinion is that if you crash a push bike into a door van while texting and miss a race, you are an idiot. Simple.
Simples. Yeah, exactly. It's just stupid. But anyway, I don't want to get onto that too much. Nea Bastianini, 10th place.
Yeah. My rider of the day.
Smashed it, mate. Rookie of the year is coming.
Yeah, I think people said he didn't deserve it.
I know. Moto2 champion not deserving it. Oh, where have we heard that before?
What's he going to do at a 2021 next year?
He's going to do bits, mate. He's going to blast it.
Yeah.
He's going to do really well. Do you know, and Jorge Martin obviously came back from injury. Yeah. 2 points on the board. 14th
and come back from a sighting lap crash, to say goose.
Yeah. But, yeah, he's done well.
Did you actually see the crash?
Yeah, I did, yeah. High-sided.
It looked like he was trying to set a qualifying lap on the second lap.
Maybe he was.
Like, well, apparently the Michelins have this film, and if you warm them up like hell and just do a lap on them, apparently they have more grip and more durability throughout the race.
All right, well,
so clearly that's what he was trying to do.
Yeah.
And it backfired spectacularly.
Just a bit. And Alicia Spargo was second at one point.
Oh, God. I'm still hurt.
Second place. He literally, right, that was probably one of his best chances at podium yet. And
I think crashed. This was the chance.
Yeah, I said it as well, like, while in our group chat. I said it. I was like, he's going to get a podium this weekend. This is it. This is the chance. I even thought he could win it.
Yeah, I did call it. He was in my predictions was Pecco, Quartararo, and Espargaro.
I think Espargaro was in mine as well. Let's have a look.
0 for 3.
Where the frick is it? Why is my phone getting the weather up?
You the Ducati trifecta. You went Pecco, Miller, and Zarco. So you went 2 for 3.
No, I didn't. I went Quartararo, Zarco, Miller. Actually.
That must be thinking of Mugello.
Yeah, so I got 2 out of 3. 2 out of 3. Did alright.
I don't think anybody outside of Portugal had Miguel, like, honestly.
No way. No chance.
I think that's to his advantage.
Yeah. Yeah.
He likes being under the radar.
Yeah, he is. He's like kind of like a dark horse, you know.
And Taka, I thought, did well to recover 3 points after his debacle.
Yeah, 13th place isn't too bad. Could be better.
Yeah, but when you consider he had a long lap and then cocked up the long lap and had to go again.
Yeah, true.
True. You can't touch the right lines in the long lap. You do that, you're doing it again.
Yeah.
And they will watch you.
Yeah, they will, yeah. So yeah, he did well, but I want to say Marc Marquez looked good today. 7 laps.
Marc Marquez looked like Marc Marquez.
He looked exactly like what we remember him. He was steaming on the brakes.
The move he stuffed in, I think it was a lace, actually.
Yeah, he did. He stuffed under a lace, yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, hello.
Yeah, it's like, Marc Marquez, who is this?
Yeah, I'm thoroughly confident he would have faded still. But to see him able to combat at the start of the race, it was good to see. A lot of the fans of a certain rider are going to be very unhappy to see that. Yeah,
because their riders crashed as well. Well, both of them crashed, but...
Yeah, and that leads me into whether we make a Rossi, honestly.
Well, I want to continue on the Marquez tangent in a minute. Obviously, he only lasted 7 laps, but he said they were the best 7 laps yet of 2021.
Yes,
he's done
looking
really well.
Very close to his old self.
Give him a few more races. Oh, what track is it next?
Is it one with lots of left-handers?
Yeah, I think it might be. I think it might be the one he holds 100% pole and win record at.
Do you know what? If he loses it, he's going to be gutted.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But
if this is the place, much like Alicia at Catalunya, this is the place.
This is the time now. He's going to do it.
This or Aragon, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Aragon as well. That's his fortress these days. So yeah, he did well, but Valentino Rossi it's just the same story as all. Yeah,
didn't he? He
got into Q2.
Yeah, he looked better. He looked so promising.
He was straight in Q2. He didn't even have to qualify for Q2. He was in there.
Yeah, and then he said that his rear tire just didn't work today.
Don't tell me he's blaming the rear tire again.
Yep. Yep. It's sad, isn't it? It is. You can slate me all you want about it. It is so sad to see one great rider where he is.
Yeah, it's well.
He's. I no longer consider him a top MotoGP rider.
I would say that he just needs to retire. He's a legend. Don't get me wrong, but it's just
he is now a mid-pack MotoGP rider, and that's.
Yeah, he's not even mid-pack.
He can't be happy. He can't be enjoying it. He can't.
He's Valentino Rossi, mate. He's used to winning races, and now he's just. not even scoring points.
Yeah, like he's in the same. He's down with Danilo Petrucci, who's just getting used to KDM, but he doesn't look too happy, Petrux.
No, he doesn't.
I mean, it's sad. And big shout out to Savadori bringing it home for a point yet again.
Yeah, on merit, I would say. But...
honestly, so underrated still. Like
how he was like he was 11 seconds off Jorge Martin. I mean, he literally got the point on merit.
And it's.
That's not a good thing, by the way. I'm not hyping him up there. I'm saying the opposite. Yeah. I'm saying he's 11 seconds off Jorge Martin. That's not good enough.
But he still has to bring it home, and he's still, he's giving them probably a valuable data, which is what they need. And all I see is people saying, "Oh, Salvadori ain't cut out for this." Well, clearly he is. He's scoring points in the World Championship.
Yeah, that's fair. So before we end this podcast, I just want to obviously talk a bit about Jason Dupasquier. Obviously, we just heard our podcast last week, or like me chatting about him anyway.
It was exactly what we were all thinking, though.
Yeah, and obviously, just rest in peace, Jason. You will be sorely missed by us all. You are sorely missed by us all. Obviously, I've reached out to the family. I'm not trying to get this for clout or anything, by the way. I'm just saying that I've reached out to the family as well, and I will hope to help the family in any way I can. So if you know anybody who is involved with the team or can help, please let me know, because I will be happy to use my platform to, help the family, help this man. If they've got to GoFundMe and stuff like that, I'm happy to help. But yeah, Jason, obviously you are missed greatly.
Yeah, 100%. I feel like the breakthrough was coming, and now it does hurt that we'll never get to see what he could have done.
Yeah, he was massively on the verge of a breakthrough. He was. I even said last weekend on I think he was qualifying. No, not qualifying. It was FP3. I said he's gonna be in a top seat next year.
His qualifying time in Mugello was good enough for 6th, was it not?
I think it was 9th, actually. It might have been 6th. And he's every race weekend he's just stepped up a level. Yeah. It was just outstanding watching him, and every weekend he just improved. He led a session at Le Mans as well.
The thing is, when we lose a rider, you do tend to go a little misty-eyed and maybe make them out to be a little better than they were.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
What we've done all season is we've been following his progression. We've noticed how good he's getting.
Yeah, I mean, you only have to go for our old podcast to listen to us, raving about him.
Yeah, then I'm very we never want to lose any rider.
No.
And if this was any rider, we would be gutted. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But to lose someone who was making the step and carried himself well as was a good ambassador for the sport, always smiling, always happy, it hurts.
Yeah, it's tough, mate. It is tough. Yeah, you will be missed, Jason Dupasquier.
Yeah, ride in peace.
Yeah, ride in peace, homie, and look after Yamanaka. Make sure he gets that win soon.
Yeah, please do.
Yes, but sorry to leave this on a very somber, sad end. But if you have any questions, want to speak to us about this episode or anything, obviously message me on Instagram, or probably on Instagram, because I literally don't use Facebook page.
Yeah. Same for me.
Yeah, at Everything Moto Racing, and then obviously Jacobs at Now Moto News on Instagram. So give him a follow, give him some abuse, tell him how bad the Minion helmet is. Please.
It's not though, is it? It's awesome.
Freaking awful, mate.
Yeah, love it.
But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this session, even with Jacob's bird noises in the background, which, it's...
I'm sorry, I'm in touch with nature.
Yeah, you're touching nature. I'm not even going to finish that. What the hell? What the hell?
Sorry, I'm in touch with nature, and, it's boiling in Britain at the minute, and I got my window open.
Oh, don't finish what I know you're going to say. Please, for the love of God.
Actually, I am dressed, so don't worry.
Oh, thank God. I do not want to know what you're like. If we get to the end of this and you're like, oh yeah, I was naked the whole time. You're like, oh yeah, I was naked the whole time I was recording this podcast. Just leave off.
Yeah.
Thankfully, you're wearing clothes.
Nah, I am clothed, but that's not going to last long as soon as this is done.
For God's sake, don't tell people that, mate. I don't even know what you just said then.
I said follow that now, no news to see it.
Oh, God, mate, yeah.
I'm joking, please do not follow me for that.
Do it. No. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this episode. This 2-man band will be on a 3-man probably maybe next week. Depends if Gary's on fucking holiday somewhere or... I can't believe I just dropped the F-bomb. Sorry about that. But yeah,
to be honest, I don't think people care about it anymore, to be honest. I think people like the fact it's real, you know?
True. So yeah, it depends if Gary's
in... saying, oh, where the f*** you?
I mean, if Gary's is probably going to be like Gibraltar or, you know, like Bali somewhere next week. So probably won't have him on again.
Influencer at Haven, that's what he is.
Yeah, he's got the everything motor racing ad revenue now, so he's living large.
Instagram revenue now you get, which send me to peas and soak.
Yeah, I mean the Instagram revenue I get is 0. So
yeah, same for me.
So yeah,
just do it for the love, don't we?
Yeah, just donate money. No, please don't donate money to me. Donate money to charity. Jason DePasqui's charity if he has one.
I just wanted to end this podcast by saying, if you want Deck to change the name of the page to Everything Minion Racing, please let him know.
You're a dickhead, man. You're actually a dickhead. Right, on that flipping note, not a bombshell this time. That note. Yeah, I hope you've enjoyed listening to this crap. And we'll see you next week after... it's World Superbike next weekend, so we might talk on it a bit. And it'll be Moto America again, so we can probably watch the race midway through and go, again. But yeah.
It'll be SBK. What I will do, I'll put a post up on Thursday or Friday asking people what they want us to discuss again. Mm-hmm. And you can do the same.
Yeah, you can do that. I can't be asked.
Right.
Cool. So, I hope you've enjoyed this one, and we will see you next week.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Yeah, shut up, Jacob. No one likes you.
Yeah, waves.